Trimble Dispatch Advisor is designed to offer optimized power to load matches for the load planner in a quick and efficient manner. In this video, you will see how to populate the power and load grids in the planning worksheet, invoke Trimble Dispatch Advisor, select and assign a system optimal match, and select and assign an alternate match. For this example, a customer will look at the freight in a particular region, match that freight to available drivers, and make assignments. Let's begin. The planning worksheet has two sections: an upper grid that contains loads and a lower grid that contains powers, meaning drivers and assets. By default, these two grids are blank and will need to be populated with data before we can begin working with Dispatch Advisor. Rather than pulling in all loads to populate the top grid, click on Filter on the left side of the top grid. Select a particular shipper region. In this case, we'll select Indiana. Click OK. Note that our filter for trips has changed to Custom. Click Refresh. The top Loads grid populates with loads. On the right side of the screen, in the Resources section, leave the All Inbound default filter selected. Click Refresh. The bottom Powers grid populates with powers. This is the state with which many planners begin their planning day, with the loads in a specific region and the available drivers to assign to those loads. Typically, the planner works one by one through the loads, or if they wanted to find a load for a specific driver, they might start with the driver and find a single good match. Instead, we want to use TDA to consider all the possible power to load matches in the system. Depending on the client's settings, TDA might start automatically. In this video, we will start TDA manually by clicking on the red ribbon in the menu bar at the top of the screen. This opens the Trimble Dispatch Advisor window. Once Trimble Dispatch Advisor finishes processing, you will see a system-optimized list of power and load matches. These are highlighted in green in your Dispatch Advisor screen. Let's review some of those matches and assign a system optimal match. Trimble Dispatch Advisor provides information about the power, driver and truck, and the load that is being recommended for matching. The cost matrix score represents the sum of all the costs considered by the Dispatch Advisor algorithm, which are presented to the right in individual columns. Note that this is not a dollars cost. It is an objective number that represents efficiency, on-time service, deadhead miles, the driver's desire to get home, and other factors. For our first system optimal match, let's look at the details of this order. Now you can see the origin and destination of this order, any intervening stops, the customer, and the pickup and delivery windows. This will allow the planner to make an informed decision about assigning the recommended driver to this freight. As you scroll to the right, you see the other elements that make up the cost matrix score. Deadhead miles indicate how far away the driver is from the pickup of the order. You can see whether the driver will be early, thus incurring dwell time, or late, potentially a service failure. You can also see whether this order moves a driver closer to their requested home destination, if they have requested one, and how long the algorithm estimates it will take a driver to complete the order. Once the planner is satisfied that this driver is a good match for the order recommended, they can, with the first order line highlighted, click Auto Assign Selected. Any customer-defined workflow will now be processed and will assign that driver to the order. A pop-up window appears confirming a successful process. Because the order and driver have been assigned, they are no longer available for matches and will no longer appear in the Trimble Dispatch Advisor window. You have seen how to assign a system optimal match. However, in some cases, you will want to prioritize the needs of a particular driver over the needs of the company. Or you might look at a system optimal recommendation and know that a particular driver is not suited for a particular order for personal reasons or because of something that is not stored in the TMS. A driver may not want to run to the Northeast, or you might feel that they don't have enough experience to do a complex delivery, even though they are technically qualified for that order in the system. You are always able to select a different option, or to change your focus and look at a particular driver and find all the possible matches and the cost of those matches. Consider the 10th match in the Trimble Dispatch Advisor window. Let's expand the information about this order like we did previously. In this case, let's assume we don't like this system optimal match. We'd like to find a less costly match for this particular driver. Perhaps they had a stressful load prior to this, or perhaps you just don't feel like this is a good match. To change the focus of the Trimble Dispatch Advisor window, we need to go back to the planning worksheet. In the bottom grid, select the driver who was recommended for the load in the Trimble Dispatch Advisor window. Note that as soon as you select this driver, the Dispatch Advisor window returns to the forefront and the content has changed. Now you are looking at all of the options available for this particular driver. Here is a less costly load option for this driver. All the information that was available when assigning a system optimal match is available here as well. Select the less costly option for this driver. Assign this driver to that order by clicking Auto Assign Selected. Again, any customer-specific workflow will process and the driver will be assigned to that order. A pop-up window will appear to confirm success. That power and load now disappear from the Trimble Dispatch Advisor. Since you have selected a non-system optimal match, you will want to rerun Dispatch Advisor to refresh your results. To do this, return to the planning worksheet. Close and reopen Trimble Dispatch Advisor by clicking the red ribbon in the menu bar twice. Dispatch Advisor now processes the available powers and loads and returns the system optimal matches. The powers and loads you have already assigned no longer appear in the matches list.
Once an optimal power to load match has been generated with Trimble Dispatch Advisor, this information can be sent directly to the driver, either via the onboard computer or through a mobile application. In this case, we see Trimble's Instinct platform being leveraged to provide a start-to-finish view of the order. By combining Trimble Dispatch Advisor and Instinct, Operations has the ability to find the right order for the right driver and deliver that information seamlessly.